As I learned more about Eritrea, I felt more full, but I also felt more sad. The current situation is to a point where every young person wants to leave the country. They don't have opportunity, they aren't given human dignity. I wish my grandparents weren't forced to flee so I could have the opportunity to visit them, at least once in my life. I wish the country was ruled by law and basic human rights were respected. I wish the youth were free of obstacles and had access to great opportunities. This is why coming together from all over and exacting change is so important, to help restore pride and happiness to the Eritrean people and the Eritrean diaspora. I've had so many opportunities to get to this point where I graduate university, but back home in Sawa, instead of education, 12th graders are subjected to physically and mentally brutal military training. Without freedom and opportunity, they are forced to flee. As refugees fleeing, they become targets of human trafficking, of slavery, of becoming one of the hundreds to die in the Mediterranean while attempting to cross into Europe. Still, many remain in underground prisons where no justice is served. While the situation is not good, many continue to support the current government, claiming prosperity in the land. In a country where the Constitution is out of service, the Parliament is paralyzed, thousands are kept in prison without formal charges or visitation rights, people don't know where their family members are or if they're alive. Basic social needs like clean water and food are not accessible to everyone. Basic human rights are being violated. National service is indefinite. I can go on, but there's no accountability. Seeing our own families and people suffer is more than enough cause for action. I have a dream that one day I can visit back home and see our people flourishing, that my grandmother can comfortably see her home again, and we can meet our family members who are old, missing, and imprisoned. Together we wish for peace, justice, and freedom. Let us remain loyal to our people and fight for their rights. Kibrina Kimelis, Habirna Nipalis.
Big round of applause for Aya, please. Wonderful job. Thank you, Aya. Another youth rep, we have Abel Takhle. Abel Takhle, please come forward. Please help me welcome Abel Takhle.
Good afternoon, my people. My name is Abel Takhle, born and raised in Seattle, Washington. I was always taught about the uniqueness and brilliance of my culture. This uniqueness went beyond our song and dance. It was our sense of community that distinguished us from most, from collectively eating from the same plate to our extravagant weddings and baptisms. Our strong sense of community is second to none amongst any of the cultures in the world. I remember going back home. The year was 1993. I was 4. I don't remember much. But the few things I remember was staying with my aunt, playing with my sister Fabian and my cousin Nasser. My sister was 5. My cousin was 6. What sticks out with me most was the heightened level of harmony and safety, knowing that we were safe in our home and our community. Even as children, we were able to roam the neighborhood, knowing we'd be guarded by the community. Fast forward to now, present day, our country is second in refugees only to Syria. Our crimes against humanity have dubbed us as the North Koreas of Africa, all stemming from a dictator and his regime sabotaging our country's prosperity. Between the closure of major universities, the National Service Program, drowning at sea, the dreams of the youth have been hijacked. The regime have clipped their wings and stunted their potential. Nothing is more refreshing than an outsider's perspective. I met an interesting fellow at our Yakin March this past Independence Day. He was a bystander, an elderly man, Forenji, and we scooped him along the way while we were marching. First thing he said after reading our flyer was that anyone in power for 28 years can't have good intentions. There's people that follow this guy? He also told us that he was marching with us because we have a purpose. That we are too rich with culture to be impoverished and poverty-stricken. And that this was by design. That we should have tourism, museums, sites, and attractions. And you know what? He was right, it is by design. And the only way it will be undone is by design. Strategy, goals, and action. This room, this gathering, and these people should give everyone hope. That we have dedicated bodied individuals with relentless commitment to saving our country. Hope. Hope that we can rebuild, correct the path, and reclaim the Eritrea we want to. An Eritrea that is built on democracy, justice, and freedom, not a dictator masquerading as a god and propagating fear. Thank you.
Big round of applause for our brother Abel Taflet. Thank you. Thank you very much. Please help me welcome Mr. Sengel. He's going to introduce today's conference for us. Sengel, 25 minutes?
Yeah, 5 minutes.
25?
No.
5 minutes.
An introduction.
Introduction only. How was it? Okay.
I will go to my
Sengel, please help me.
عنده علكم مو جزء قطب بقطعنا في ዝተዋህበ ዘሎ ኣቴ እዚ ሕጅና መፋለጢታ ከም ኢንትሮዳክሽን ገረይ ዝገብራ ዘለኹ መብዛሕትኡ ግዜ እዞም ሲኒት ናይ መጽናዕቲ ጉጅለ ቀሪብና ስለ ዝኾንና ኣብ ዩቲዩብ እናለኹም ኣብ ዝተፈላለየ ነገር ብዛዕባና ሰሚዕኹም ስለ ዘለኹም ሕቶን መልስን እንትደኣሉ ኮይኑ ኣብቲ ናይ ሕቶን መልስን እዋን ሽዑ ከነብርሆ ክንፍትን ኢና እታ ሓፂር ኣቢሉ ክገልፃ ግን መን ኢና ንሕና እታ ሲኒት ናይ መጽናዕቲ ጉጅለ ትበሃል ሲ መን እያ ንትብል እያ ኣባጋግሳና ከንታይ ቅድሚ መን እያ ምግላፀይሲ ስለምንታይ ተበጊስና ሓደ ፀገም ተዘየሎሲ ሓደ ነገር ክዓየ ክዓመም የልካስ ኣይትብገስን ኢኻ እቲ ፀገም ዝረኣናዮ እንታይ እዩ ኣብ ደንበተ ፍትሕሲ ኩሉ ተፀባይ ኣይኮነ ሽግር ክፍታሕ ካብ ካልእ ጥራሕ ይፅበይ ካልኣይ ኩሉ ነቃፍ ኮይኑ እዚአን ክልተይ ዓበይቲ ፀገማት ኢና እታ ሳልሰይቲ ዝነበረት ከኣኒ ተባታቲና ከዓ ክንሰርሕ ንፍትን እያ እዘን ሰለስተ ዓበይቲ ሕቶታት ናይ ደንበ ተቃውሞ ኣበጊሰናና ንዓና ነዞም ሲኒት ዝበሃል ዘለና ተኣኻኺብና ነዚአን ክንፈትሕ እንታይ ንግበር ካብዚአን እያ እታ መበገሲትና እታ ናይ ሲኒት ይበሃል ተፀበይቲ ነርና ንትብል ደንበ ፍትሒ ዘሎ ኩሉ ተፀባያይ ምዃን ጠጠው ከብል ክኽእል ለውጢ ቃልስና ኣድማዕን ውፅኢታውን ክኸውን ኣብ ዝሓፀረ ግዜ ተዓዊትና ክንወፅእ እንተደኣ ኮይና ተፀበይቲ ምዃን ጠጠው ከነብል ክንክእል ኣለና ኩሉና ደንበ ፍትሒ ዘለና ናይ ሃገርና ጉዳይ ዋናታት ኮይና ባዕልና ሃንደስቲ ባዕልና ሃነፅቲ ባዕልና ኩሉ ኮይና ክንርከብ ክንክእል ኣለና ካብ ካልእ ጥራሕ ክንፅበ የብልና ክንዓየሉ ክንክእል ኣለና ካብቲ ቤና ስለዚ ተፀበይቲ ነይሮም ነርና ስለዚ ጉዳይናን ወራይናን እዩ ንእተው ወስከ ፀገም ኣሎ ዝበሃል እስከ ክንፈትሖ ንፈት ኢልና ዓቕምና ዝፈቕደልና ኣበርክቶ ንምግባር ነቐፍቲ ነርና ከም ህዝብና ካብ ምንቃፍ ወፂናሲ ፍታሕ እስከምንብለይ أبوشت إذا بتقوم وزنلو تأجمع انتايم عددنا إسكن إحنا خاني كند فرا أفضل تكون أبر خطون الوال كم من كف فتح ختم التزاح شيء إلنا عنا توجسنا سلز سرحنا كل سنة أبغى هاجر وانا خونا لو هذبل إحنا قدينا إلنا هاجرنا قدينا كلنا بمعري ملكتنا بمعري ملكتنا خبر كذا لهم نعين عقين عقون نخلنا نسلامي نخريستيانو نخل بمعري ملكتنا إيريترا لازم كلنا خوفي الناس كده زتينا هنا راح شجرنا نفتح نخير إلنا هنا جميعنا نقفتنا فتحنا من سنتنا أخينا قدم عم بسمعت منطق تأجمنا اليوم كل جزء أبكم بسمعت راح نخيل أبسنا فتأتم كون النت أنت مركزك مزنعت جيرك نتسأجم أب تأجم كت كله خدنا كله شيء تأنكل صعبين لنا ما بحث جزء أب صعبين لنا كل النبل فتح على شلون سلز تأجمنا نتاي إذا كان عم تأنكل نخيل تأنكل عايز كله تأجم نتاي أتأنكل حتى فتحكم أتشكر كتفتحها نبذل أتعالى ليا قدينا كل حزفتنا مالتي تبتاتينا مسرح كلنا كسرت تحيز جورنا تبتاتين كسرح أنت الأقوينك تداخل بزح جزء انتهينا نبل إذا سرحت إذا فلادينا نحن جنتهينا نتبجسنا نحن حماقت خوينا نتفلادينا نبل أجمنا ندقى أي نوت أيام نسوكو فلادينا أنت الأقوين نحن حماقت أصلا زغنا تحيز ساز أين فعلان الناس كنبل إلنا أين جميعنا ساز أين فعلان تفعلنا زنبرنا أكلا ننبين السرح زنبرنا أكل نعقف نبل أين فعلان تفعلنا كلنا كثيرنا ترحنا ترى حبيرنا تسرحنا ترى تسارينا تسرحنا ترحنا كن عوتنا خير كلت أكل تلو حبير خسرح مزفتن كلت يعوت تبتاتي نخسر من زفتن كاي كلتي يخسر زي أنا بجسيتنا سد كابزة تبجسنا هنا عشرنا سنيتنا سنيت أبدأ بفتحي خفت أبك خيرانو سلز أبدأ بفتحي سنيت خفت أرانو أنت رأينا نحن قدم سنيت نفتح بنفس هاي الجمرة لو تي بنفس هاي الجمرة سلز بنفسنا نجمر فتينا أخبرني